Hey, dear Raja, beautiful man, soul brother. Yeah, I want to share what happened the last 1.5 week. I finally met up with Rogier Telderman. He's the initiator and organizer of DocSite, and that's a yeah kind of a network organization who wants to promote soul, like music connected to passion and soul. Yes, a very very important network, even international, famous pianist, amazing people working with him. And in Tilburg, in a old factory, there is a space for lots of people, and he invented a festival called Senses of Change, and that was mainly to get all the organizations who work there outside the building and to meet each other and to see what can happen if you co-create, and that they want to leave that space for creative work and events and connecting and change making. And the festival was very successful. Last Sunday, oh, that was. And after I met him last Friday, and then the week before, I decided, oh, I jump into this festival. I love it, and I'm gonna build a teepee. And they also asked me to build pergolas for just for yeah, how do you say it, for decoration on the festival field. And now, so I worked really hard with some volunteers on my foundation. Got good help, but also busy with working on my own a lot, carrying stuff, shifting stuff, a lot. And now the situation is that because it's not only a festival, they do three talks also, and there was actually even an extra talk yesterday. So on Monday, the day before yesterday, it was about food, different ways of food, about mushroom growing on coffee waste, as an example. And yesterday it was about the Turn Club. I'm a big fan of the Turn Club. It's founded by Merlijn Twaalfhoven. He's a very gifted violist, player, composer, and is very well respected for bringing music to difficult areas like in Syria. In Aleppo, he played piano just after the bombardments stopped. He's a peacemaker, and the Turn Club is about turning things around, using the artist mindset to bring transformation, because we need to transform, and that needs to be faster and not in the box but outside of the box thinking. Everyone is an artist, and he put me on that path to see myself as a community builder, as an educator, as an artist. I am an artist. It's very artistic work. Working with education, you probably know how to educate the doctors. That's challenging. They're quite stubborn, I think. Um, so they give me the floor also because we were also with Ming. He was flying drones. He was printing on wood, which was very funny and good. But we also decided to make pizzas, but in the end it was too much work. I thought, we're not going to do it anymore. But then in the end, Rogier, the organizer, asked, yeah, maybe pizza, is it still possible? And then we decided, okay, let's buy 50 pizzas and make it. But then we got left over with something like 25 of them. So 25 people ate the pizzas after the festival. It was fun. A small group. So now the first idea was, okay, we have pizzas. Let's do another evening on Friday, and then you can pitch your talk about the University of Simple Living, the TP. So far so good. I'm very happy with that platform. It's probably going to be funny to do it. We still have to do the promotion, so I have to write something like a wrap up of what I wanted to bring in that evening. And yesterday, the funny thing is that there was a talk about, well, what dreams do you have? And then there was actually it was with four. We were with four people. Funnily enough, it was three things that came up. One was to have food together, like a food club. The second was stillness. And the third one was about playing together. And that made me think of, and there was also not connected to, that's because we were like 30, 40 ideas, we selected them. And then these three were supposed to be, what can we do to make that happen? And one of the things which was not in these three was the University of Simple Living and a peace meditation walk in the military field, which I still find very good ideas, of course. And I said, yeah, but these three things, I experienced that in the place of Thich Nhat Hanh. Probably you know about him. He's a Zen Buddhist from Vietnam. He was a hardcore monk even at young age. Learned a lot. And when the war broke out in Vietnam, he didn't choose side. He was helping traumatized soldiers from both the Americans and the Vietnamese. He fled to Europe and eventually in Paris lived, and he started Plum Village, and he's famous for mindfulness, written on many books, inspired a lot of people, and is also famous for walking meditation. There are sanghas, for instance, in Tilburg here. People meet up to do walking meditation, to share stories. That's a very powerful. And I was there for 1 week in Plum Village, and it was a very powerful experience for me. And I especially enjoyed the silence of a whole group of silence. My God. Yeah. So beautiful. So then I thought, that is what I experienced in Plum Village. There is stillness because of this 1 minute meditation. And of course there are other meditations, but also the fact of having food together. That's beautiful. Really mindful eating in silence. And the third thing, playfulness, is also there because you are invited to do working meditation, where you do not necessarily work a lot, but with attention and with fun, because they have a happy farm. That's a very good name. And there are lots of volunteers working there, and some people live there even, and they provide a lot of vegetables for the people who come for retreats. And then they come by the hundreds every week. So, yeah. And then this morning I woke up early in the morning, around just a bit before 2 in the night. And I thought, yeah. So what if I can invite, because I am a big fan of a rapper here who's very talking about humanistic work, about discrimination in a very, very positive way. It's called Typhoon, good name, and I love him. It's maybe we could invite him to do the Friday music a bit, and then pick a date that he and me go to this military field. Ask the key, and do a meditation walk. And then invite, of course, lots of other people. Yeah, and another funny thing was that I was involved in together with Ming actually, because I invited Ming to join in an Extinct Rebellion act, and that was last Thursday. So I also helped them out in a way, and that was very powerful also because there was a big elephant of 7-8 meters. I don't know if it was Indian elephant or or African elephant, but it was an animal which is put upright with blown air inside it. And there's a company here in Tilburg. Sorry, close to Tilburg. I know this company. My niece worked there, and they became very rich with with blowing up these things from mattresses when children can jump on. And this is a funky one because it's really twice as big as a real elephant. So we were there in the town hall as a surprise for the left, one of the board members of the left-wing party, the Green Party. And it was addressing the elephant in the room. Why are we not addressing the real problem? And why are we not taking more bigger, bolder steps like the elephants do? I don't know. So it was very powerful. It was good to be there. We had beautiful drone images of Ming, me filming as well. And we wrapped that up in a 2-minute edit. I will send it to you. Maybe I already did. So I thought, that will be great. Let's bring the elephant to the meditation. And then that will be a funky idea, I think. And not only that, but even try to blow in some warm air in that elephant to make it alive again. That's also very powerful. And then it can, like a balloon, it can fly in the air, be attached by ropes. And I think that's also a very powerful idea. And it's also connected to the death of an elephant. I worked in Rotterdam Zoo, and I did education there, programs, and I was lots at the place where the elephant was. And at the time I was there was an elephant, a young female elephant, and she was just that year, or maybe just before, I think. I don't know anymore, but there was Berdine, which is called after the prince of the former queen of Holland. He is one of the founders of World Wildlife Fund. He was asked to come to London, but he also shot elephant, by the way, in South Africa. So he's not that pure. But the elephant, which was there also, and that was, I think, in my time. Yeah, it was, I think, Berdine, because Berdine was one of the first, or maybe the first elephant which was born in captivity, because we had, aside from Irma, who died just recently, the mother of Berdine, there was also Ramon. Ramon was a male held in captivity, and that's very hard to keep. It was very sad because he was always apart from the mothers, because in nature they are not together. But they had babies, and Irma had lots of other babies, so she was really important for the community of the elephants. And she made such a joy in my heart being with her at her Ramon as well. Of course, he had a small piece outside. It was very huge. He died a few years ago, and his skeleton is in the National Museum. And the Indian elephants, because African elephants are not possible to keep in zoos. So I also phoned one of my old friends from that time. He's a really hardcore nature guy. Yeah, has a lot of connections, and I asked him, about could we also do something educational, artistic with the bones of the elephant, because the bones were actually supposed to go to the nature museum again, and then he said, yeah, maybe they want to place Irma beside Ramon as a couple kind of. But that's powerful too. But I thought, yeah, I think the children really needs to feel the energy of the bones of what it represents, because the African elephants, they and probably the Indian also, they really grieve at the place, because the Africans are more savanna-like animals, and they just come back to the place where one of their relatives died. So they know mourning. So they're very, very close connections, and that's very intelligent beings. So yeah, because you are have good connections in India, it would be amazing, I think, to really make this into a big thing, because it will support the the Ukrainians, but also maybe make sense to the Russians. I'm not really against like blaming Putin or to make it very political, but it's good to bring out the voice of the people who say, yeah, we're fed up with it. We're fed up with all this war, with all this power and this display of richness and capitalism. And I think, yeah, there's potential of lots of people joining that walk, because it's a simple thing to do, to walk for peace. And it's of course connected to the story of Gandhi. So a non-violent act and it's just a matter of to phone the province and say, can we have the key just one day, please? And then it can really be of impact, because that was actually where it was about yesterday. It was about what idea is the most effective, like this, and then the other cross was like, yeah, how much effort do you have to do to realize it? And then these three pop up. Yeah, that's actually very easy, to have stillness, to be playful, and to have a meal together. And that's actually what we're already going to do a little bit on Friday, because there is a meal. We're gonna make pizzas, and maybe we can do stillness, of course, also like meditative eating. Let's do that. And the other part is also the fun factor of I'm gonna play some good world music as a DJ, because I'm experienced with that. I love music. I love dancing. Yeah, that's good. So I just wanted to share with you that, and if you have contacts later, it's also of course sharing for my heart also. And I noticed that I'm very happy recording this video in the middle of the night, because I know you are listening on the other side, and that makes me almost cry. And it has to do with, can I be loyal to my own dreams? Can I be loyal to my own dreams and stand for it? Can this be a possibility? I think it's a yes. Me with the elephant, and maybe 5 other people, or 10, or 100, or even more. And maybe, just maybe, we are allowed to come back every week, Sunday meditation. Early in the morning, we do walking meditation. No religion, no politics, just walking, step by step, breathing in, breathing out. Yeah, and this is also how I navigate life. I see opportunities, I jump. Some are successful, some jumps are cold, in cold water. Some are cold, but in the end they are warm because you meet new people, and this is what it is. Yeah, to give you one example of a coincidence, I was on the phone with someone but in that place where I'm also working and be active all the time, changing, putting up TPs now, bringing down TPs, the TP. And yeah, I'm on the phone and someone walks by me, one of my heroes, Lucas de Man. He's Belgian. He's a master of storytelling. He has this. He's inspired probably also by Joseph Campbell, by storytelling, the hero's journey. And he has a company actually, New Heroes, called. That's one of his jobs. So he has a group of people working in that field of can I be the hero of my own story? So a very inspiring man. He's a theatre maker, was mainly a theatre maker. He's in theatre still. He has he's quite famous. But he's also on a very strong journey to promote bio-based building. And he has made pavilions with all the bio-based options there are now for sale already. He's on that mission also. And I also met him personally after a festival. He spoke very powerful, my God. He's a powerhouse. And I also told him I was working on a TP, and I think, yeah, that's also because of Paulownia Wood. It's very inspiring for him probably also to connect with that and to maybe perform in the TP on theatre festivals. So it was so funny that, wow, what's he doing here? Because there's a theatre school, so probably he was invited for work. Yeah, it's so funny. All these coincidences. I wish you a lovely day. Probably India now or America. I don't know where you are at the moment. Yeah, I'm touched by your wisdom, by your presence. And it would be good to talk to each other soon. We have to plan it. Ming is also very busy. He's not even there on Friday because he's doing a conference about filming. So that is, you can call it disappointment, but I'm not. He's on his journey. And we can do pizzas without him. The bike station is there already. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm smiling. Because seeing your smiling face with joy, playfulness. Playful and humble. So we're gonna meet up, and I tell you more about it. Maybe in a conversation. It'd be lovely to see what you can see or what you can think of in that context. And also very beautiful. The first day, and then I'm gonna stop. First day it was about food. There were also very few people. That's also crazy. People organize these fantastic things. And there was a band called Mandala Tribe. Mandala Tribe, was it? And it was a band with an amazing flute player. an Indian singer, and two classical schooled musicians, a tabla player, very good, a Swedish sitar player, very good, and then Stefan Schmidt. Stefan Schmidt is German, and he's already in Suko 103. I know him. He's very good musicians with synthesizers and next level and very funky, groovy kind of playing. And was a very powerful mix. So at one point they were playing only for me, Christina, and someone else at the back. I was dancing. Yeah, it was really touched my heart. And I'm a fan of this Indian music, like Nitin Sawhney. I'm gonna take a bath, dive in to this spot here, and hope to see you soon. I'll speak to you soon. Have a lovely day. If you're in India, you're ahead of me. So be good, be loving, be yourself, no matter what they say. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Warm embrace for you.